Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I have posted any video on this channel, but today I'm back with yet another video which I'm going to be sharing with you the software that I usually use on my laptop. Maybe it's going to be helpful to you and you're going to come out with a software that you never knew and you're going to start using it. Now, the first software that I usually use is Adobe Audition. I usually use it to edit audio for my podcasts. If you don't know, my podcast is in the description down below. So here you just upload your recording, and you have a lot of features to play with, which include effects, which you can be able to use, which come in handy in a podcast. Like you can use denoise, you can use the noise reduction features like adaptive noise reduction, and a lot of other effects. So I would encourage you to learn how to use Adobe Audition and use it to edit your audio oftenly. So the second software that I usually use is Adobe Premiere Pro. So this is my choice of editing software, video editing software actually, which I usually use to edit my YouTube videos. Now there are alternatives to Adobe Premiere Pro. I have heard about DaVinci Resolve and other softwares, but I've still stuck on this software because I've been able to use it for about 3 years now since I started posting my YouTube videos. But one of my earliest videos, I was using the inbuilt video editor, which is in Windows, the video editor. And when I found out Premiere Pro, I found that it had more features, it had a lot of things to play with to make your video look better, and I can advise you to start learning and using Premiere Pro. So the third software that I use actually on a daily basis is BlueStacks. Now BlueStacks, I use BlueStacks because it's been so helpful. After my phone screen broke, I have been using BlueStacks as my smartphone. It is an emulator that you can be able to download and install on your PC to be able to use mobile applications on it. So you can be in a position to communicate with people online, like using WhatsApp, even if you don't have the physical smartphone. It is good, and I would recommend those people who have maybe a challenge, they don't have a smartphone right now, but they have access to a laptop, you can be able to use this. The other software is Crystal Disk Information. Now, I came across this software in a video by Linus Tech Tips when he was reviewing some disks, and I saw that it gave you information on your disk. Now, what this software does, it shows you information about the disks that are connected to your PC, and it is good because you're able to know the status of your disk. Like here you can see that my SSD is good. You can see the percentage of the temperature. You can also see the other disk that I have. You can see the rotation rate, the health status, the temperature, which are useful to know how your disks are doing before you even maybe lose a lot of data. I would recommend to download this software. It's free and it's easy to download and install. The other software that actually I use all the time because I'm not able to know where I copy my files sometimes is Everything. Now this software is used to locate anything in your drives. So if you copied something, you don't know where you saved it, you just search for it, and then to enable you to maybe copy it, you just open Path and you can be able to find your folder or your file to be able to access it. You can even customize and maybe look for audio alone. You can be able to look for documents alone so that you can be able to have a better reach. I would recommend this a lot. Now the other software that I use a lot is Google Chrome. It is my default browser. I used to use Firefox a long time ago in a certain desktop that we had, But when I came across Chrome, I was able to love how the interface is, how fast it is, and even if it takes up some RAM, I still use it because it's also the most common web browser. The other software is Internet Download Manager. Now, some of you may have heard of this software because it downloads things very fast. Now, I have used it to download some stuff here, but generally this software creates an extension in your web browsers which enable you to download videos, audio, documents, and other stuff all over the internet. It has amazing speeds, and as you can see on the screen, there is a comparison of how I was downloading this file from Google Chrome download bar and from Internet Download Manager, and it is fast. I would recommend you to go and look for this software. The other software that I've been using for a while is Albit Uninstaller. Now, I came across this software when I was trying to uninstall a very big file, and after uninstalling it, I was left with a lot of residue files and I did not know how to remove it. So I came across this software. You're able to uninstall a software completely, and it even removes the residue files that come with the software. So it is gone completely. It even removes the software from the registry folders and removes it completely. So I would recommend you to have this software. Now, the other software that I would recommend is Newbie Partition Manager. Newbie Partition Manager is a Newbie Partition Editor, I use it for partitioning my drives and for seeing the disk information in each and every drive. Maybe I want to format a drive, I want to partition a drive. It is so useful, and it is a good software and uses good tech to manipulate disks, and I find it good. I recommend it to you too. The other one is OBS. OBS is the screen recorder and streaming software that you use and you download for free. I came across it when I was looking for a free screen recorder because I do a lot of screen recording. I've used several softwares, and I think this is the best free software for recording and even streaming. So I do not do much of streaming, but right now I'm using OBS to record my screen. Easy to install and easy to download. Another software that I use very oftenly, maybe even every day, is PortPlayer. PortPlayer is a media player just like VLC, and I just like it because I think it has a better UI and it uses less performance on the machine. So people have different preferences. I think it has a good UI and I use it all the time. The other software is QBitTorrent. Now, QBitTorrent is my default torrent downloader, which I normally use to download every torrent file. It does not have ads. It's free, unlike other software that you might use for torrent, and it is also so fast. You can see I was doing a download here and it was moving fast. But one of the best features it has is this search bar, where you can come and search anything you want, and you can be able to download it from the app itself. So I think it is a good software, and I would recommend it to you so that you can check it out and maybe you switch to it. The other software is ReadNux. This is a very interesting software because I've been using it to see how I'm using my space. It's like my space management tool. So you can see I have 62 GB of free space remaining, and I would like to know what is taking up my space. So I just double click and it analyzes each and every folder. Every folder is arranged according to how much space it picks up from your disk. So you're able to save more space by seeing some folders that you don't use and they are just there in your PC. So you just delete them and save more space. It is a very useful software. So another software that I usually use is Mouse Without Borders. Now this software is an interesting one because you're able to use one mouse across different laptops. When I'm doing software installation for people, I'd like to improve my performance by shifting from one computer to another. So you share the keyboard and the mouse, as you can see, and it's very useful because one, it increases your performance. You don't have to switch from one computer to another. You just use the same mouse and the same keyboard. So I do installation faster, and maybe you work on something on two computers faster. And it's also interesting because you can be able to copy something from one computer to another just by dragging it. You should check it out. Another software that I usually use is Sticky Notes. Now, it is a good software that helps you to arrange or a reminder for what you're going to do for that day. It is a default software inside Microsoft Windows, and it is a good productivity software which helps you to remember the things that you'd like to do on that day. It helps me because sometimes I forget some things because maybe I had a busy day or something like that. The other software that I usually use is WinRAR. This is a software that I use to extract, and I've been using it for a while. There are alternatives like maybe 7-Zip, but I've been using WinRAR and it has been good for me all through. Now, I can't forget to mention Microsoft Word, Microsoft Office in general. I usually use Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and Microsoft PowerPoint. Microsoft Word is mainly for documents, typing documents and opening documents like schoolwork or everything. Now, Microsoft Excel is actually for spreadsheets, which I do a lot. Maybe you want to create a shopping list or something like that, or a budget. And PowerPoint is usually for presentations, and I use it also a lot. And those are the softwares that I usually use. I hope it was helpful for you, and I hope you got something, maybe a software that you never heard of. You can comment in the comment section to show me maybe the software that you'll start using after watching this video, and I'll meet you in my next video.